This is the First Lady of Minnesota. She read a book to a group of little kids, like 5, 6, 7 years old at best. And the book she chose, one of my producers went out and got it. This is Bathe the Cat. Fairly harmless name, right? Maybe not. Take a look.
Vacuum the cat.
Walz reading to local kids in Bangor at the Briar Patch and speaking about the importance of education.
We're going to protect things like making your own choice to read books.
Kids in attendance enjoying the story time and message.
So the local news reporter said nothing about what this book is. Gwen Walz chose a charming story about an interracial couple with 2 adopted sons and an adopted daughter, which is not the problem that I had with the book selection at all. My problem is that this book was chosen on purpose. It was deliberate. You can't just read to a group of 6-year-olds without sending a message, without making it political, without asking the parents if they're okay with this. I also bet that while the whole thing probably went over these little kids' heads, by the way, look at that illustration. Okay, the book is about bathing the cat and cleaning the house before grandma gets home. I have a vacuum. In fact, we've got children in more than one vacuum. I have never, ever held a vacuum like that in my life, let alone with 3 kids on my back. They don't work like that, vacuum cleaners. You actually can't suck up any of the dirt if that component is not attached to the piece right below his right arm there. That's just the way vacuum cleaners work. We can interview somebody from Electrolux, but I think I'm correct. And you know, there was a kid in that classroom that walked out with a whole lot of questions, that walked out pretty darn confused. And guess what? That's what the left does. And by questioning this book selection, they'll say, oh my gosh, you must be homophobic or you're a racist. Well, first of all, no, I'm not. So there's that. But secondly, why not just show up and read a book? Why not read the Berenstain Bears? The Berenstain Bears Halloween. How about Clifford the Big Red Dog? Or Curious George? Remember that curious little monkey? Always getting himself into trouble with the guy he lived with? Why not that? Gwen Walz doesn't get a lot of media attention, and now we know why. But like the classroom with that book that we just showed you, Gwen really seems to enjoy treating people like they're little kids. You might remember this moment from a week ago. Here she is, and I want you to focus on her eyes. This is Gwen Walz, Tim Walz's wife. Once again.
I need you to be with me and practice with me. What are we going to do? We're going to turn the page. Oh, pretty good. Do it again. We're going to turn the page. And we're going to turn the page. All right, so I'm going to be watching you because when I see Wisconsin, and I'm going to watch you nationally on TV because it's a pretty important place in Minnesota to help you practice with this. So you just show me this. Turn the page. Right? Turn the page. And you know what else that looks like? Bye-bye.
I mean, just, right? Just, whew, I don't need to say anything right there. That just speaks for itself right there. We're going to turn the page, Gwen.